All right, let's talk about social media. It can feel like you're just shouting into a storm, right? Like you're putting all this effort in and nothing. Well, today, we're going to cut right through that chaos. We're breaking down a really simple but super powerful 3-step playbook that'll help make sure your message actually gets heard. So let's dive in.
You know the feeling, don't you? You post something you're proud of, you share your story, and it just seems to vanish into this giant, endless river of content. It's a hugely common frustration, and honestly, it's not your fault. The platforms are just, well, they're packed.
I mean, think about what you're up against. It's a literal infinite scroll. And it's not just other brands or creators you're competing with. It's everyone, from your cousin sharing baby photos to your grandpa posting political memes. So the real question is, how on earth do you stand out when your competition is, well, everyone?
And that feeling, that's what I call the social media void. It feels like you're not being heard, but the reason why might not be what you think it is.
It's so easy to fall into this trap. You hear the chatter all the time, right? Oh, nobody's on Facebook anymore, it's just for old people, or that some other platform is dead. So you start thinking, maybe my audience just isn't there anymore.
But here's the real truth, and it's way simpler. If you personally know even one person who's still on Facebook or Instagram or any other platform, then your audience is there too. It's not that they've left, it's that they are completely and totally overwhelmed. So if the problem isn't that the audience is gone, but that they're drowning in noise, how do you become the signal? It's not about finding some secret magic platform. It's about a simple framework. Let's look at the 3 keys that can genuinely change everything for you. And here they are. It really just boils down to these 3 things: consistency, quality, and purpose. It sounds almost too simple, I know, but this is the engine behind it all. You gotta show up for your people and show up regularly. What you post has to actually be valuable, not just noise. And the most important piece of the puzzle, which we'll keep coming back to, is that every single thing you do has to tie back to your mission, your why. Okay, so theory is great, but let's get practical. Let's really dig into those first 2 keys, quality and consistency, and talk about what you should actually be posting to get people to pay attention.
We're going to focus on the 2 big giants, Facebook and Instagram. They're both absolute powerhouses, for sure, but they are not the same beast. Not at all. And understanding who you're talking to on each platform is step 1 for creating quality content that lands.
Okay, first up, Facebook. Just let this number sink in for a second. 68% of all adults in the United States are on Facebook. That is massive. We're not talking about a niche little network here. We're talking about a huge, broad audience that covers pretty much every demographic you can think of. Now, let's flip over to Instagram, and it's a completely different story. Almost 60% of its users are between 18 and 29. You can see right away how much younger the audience is. Just knowing that one fact changes everything: your tone, your style, the visuals you choose.
And here's a wild little tip, especially for Facebook. Shorter is so much better. The data is crystal clear. Posts that are under 40 characters, that's tiny, get an 86% higher engagement rate. People are scrolling fast. You have to get to the point, instantly.
Video, though, is a different animal. A text post is just a quick glance. But a video is asking for someone's time. That's a bigger commitment. And because it's so easy to just keep scrolling, you have to be really intentional about earning their attention and making them want to stick around.
So what does that actually look like? Well, think about things that invite people in. Maybe a daily meditation, or going live from an event to make people feel like they're right there with you. Sharing a real personal story. All of these things ask for a response, a comment, a share, even just a quiet moment of connection. They turn a passive scroller into an active participant.
So you've got all these great ideas for quality content. Amazing. But how do you stay consistent without completely burning yourself out? The secret weapon here is scheduling. Seriously, using tools like Hootsuite or TweetDeck lets you plan things out in advance so you're always showing up, even on days when you're swamped. Okay, so you're creating awesome, quality content, you're posting it consistently, you're doing everything right. But then you hit a wall, and that wall has a name: the algorithm. This is where we need to talk about how people actually see your stuff.
So there are basically 2 ways your content gets out there. You've got organic reach. That's when people see your posts naturally without you paying for it. Then there's paid reach, which is exactly what it sounds like.
You pay money to boost your post as an ad. Now, most of us are aiming for that sweet, sweet organic reach, but the platforms don't always make it easy.
And here's the tough pill to swallow. For a typical business page on Facebook, your post will organically reach only about 2% of your followers. 2! That's it. It's a pretty brutal number, and it's designed to make you open up your wallet for ads.
But then, you see a number like this. For one nonprofit, the average organic reach was 31%. That is more than 15 times higher than the business page. So, what in the world is going on here? How are they breaking through when almost everyone else is stuck at 2%?
And the answer is everything. It's because they aren't just selling a product, they are sharing a mission. And people at their core connect way more deeply with a purpose than they do with a sales pitch. When your audience truly cares about your why, they engage with it, and that tells the algorithm, hey, this is good stuff, show it to more people.
And that brings us full circle, right back to that third, and honestly most important key from our framework, purpose. Without a clear purpose, your consistency doesn't matter and your quality falls flat, because your message just has no fuel to get where it needs to go.
Think of this as your ultimate litmus test. Your mission statement is not just some corporate jargon you put on a plaque. It is your content filter. Before you hit post on anything, just ask yourself this one simple question. Does this reinforce our mission? If the answer is no, or even kinda, just don't post it.
At the end of the day, that's what this all boils down to. Mastering social media isn't really about gaming algorithms or chasing viral trends. It's about telling a clear, consistent, high-quality story that is 100% in service of your purpose. And when you get that right, you don't have to shout to be heard. Your audience will already be leaning in, waiting to listen.